Yeah. So let's transition a little bit to the topic of motivation. Now, you've worked with probably people just like I have that have the whole continuum of motivation. I've got the woman I talked about, I'm like, come on, let's get to 120, and you're like, I just don't want to go. We work that, and then I've got other people that I've got to get them to slow down because they just want to go, just pedal to the metal all the time. And you, I'm sure, been in the same boat. So what I want to talk about is one of my observations as we're right now like on the brink of sort of returning to normal after COVID, is that I'm seeing more people struggle with motivation than I ever have before. And it can even be people that used to be the diehards, and now even they are like, oh, I can't get myself to go to the gym, I'm not motivated, or whatever, right? And they know it, and they think back to 24 months ago, they were like in there 4 days a week, whatever, and they just are struggling really hard right now. So have you kind of seen the same thing with the people you work with? And do you have any advice for the people out there that might be struggling with motivation to do their sport, do their workouts, do their whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I think you gotta kind of write out your priorities, like actually like write them out and what is important to you. And like if fitness is a thing, if you've got a wedding to get ready for, if you're gonna be in Hawaii in whatever time, and if that really is a priority to you, actually physically writing it down and seeing it every day, I think is a huge thing. And I know like I'm in that boat of like, ooh, I was really struggling with it, you know, and I think, yeah, like you said, it's everybody. But I think it, like we talked about earlier, the small wins, you know, and it's like just really trying to hone in on that as dumb as it might sound, especially if you're one of those like diehard people, because then you just get into that spiral of like, oh, well, didn't do it today,
right,
blah, blah, blah. And so I think it's so easy to get into that just like negative headspace, but you know, that would be my advice. That's what's worked for me, is it's like, okay, what's important, you know? So that would be the easiest. And then, I mean, just in terms of the kids, I don't think it's, I've seen it that much with them, because obviously parents drop them off and then they have to be there.
Sure. Yep.
Because parents are paying for it, so you're going to come to practice. But again, I think just like prioritizing that fun piece, and it's like if you can find something fun, and again, I mean, like, you know, coming to the gym is like 90% of the thing. So it's like once you're here, especially if you're in a community like this at Industrial, where it's like it's fun to be in class. Like people here are good people and they're awesome, and so it's fun to interact. I mean, you and Mira are fun to interact with once in a while.
Sometimes.
Depending on the day. Depending on the day.
Mira was not fun today in kettlebell class. Apparently Cris needed a nap after kettlebell class today.
But yeah, I think it's like as long as you can kind of create your own fun within it, then you're gonna want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. And I also think for the people out there, if you used to be a 3-day a week, 4-day a week, or whatever person, and now you're at 0 days a week, you don't need to go back to 4 days a week right away. In fact, that's probably not going to be the best idea. I would say start with 1. But I think an important consideration with that, at least in my opinion, is don't say I'm going to go to the gym 1 day this week. Say I'm going to go on Monday, and make it a specific day. And you're going to start going to the gym every Monday. And then once you get a good habit of success going every Monday, then you can build on that, and then you can add in Wednesday after that. But I think the more specific you can make it, say I'm going to go on Monday instead of saying I'm going to go once a week, I think that is really helpful, because it's like, hey, I've got to find a way to get there on Monday. I'm going to make my reservation for my class, or I'm going to, block out this hour on my Google Calendar so that nobody can put a meeting in there, or whatever you need to do. Start with that, and then build off of that.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.